to you, and you can do a summary so that you have
The
the
record.
recording. Delighted, delighted.
Yeah. I really like your path. I find it very impressive. So the first question would be, how did you decide to become a career coach in a world where people prioritize profits and, because you also come from a finance career and I guess you decide to pursue your dreams more or
Yeah, that question has been really, it's something that I haven't been able to answer. I've started to write my book. So I want to uh, read maybe is the backstory. And because there are things that I don't know. Um, Number one, I had a very challenging childhood and family story. So doing the inner work led me to think I had to do something more than just business. So
Mhm.
family background, the like childhood. The second one is also family background, which is the passing of my mother, my father-in-law. It was just crazy. And it was not very well, sure, of course, the grieving, but also the cleaning the houses, finding the love letters, and seeing what life is all about, seeing what's important, because of course I want to make money with my business, and my husband works and brings money to the house. But at the end, what happens? That when you die, I mean, how much money you left in the bank account is not important for the people who love you.
Exactly.
And it is important what you did. I remember so much my mother-in-law, uh, the little things, the cup of coffee, the tea. So that's number two. Uh, Number three is that my first jobs in corporate, both in the Citibank and Pricewaterhouse, were about auditing. So I saw lots of the things that companies do wrong, in which ways they lie, in which ways it's possible to steal, and um, and that led me to think, well, I really don't like that. I don't like corporate. I think I don't know. I'm not really how to call it uh, um, scientist to say this. I don't know. Maybe you need to be an anthropologist to answer this question. If a company becomes bad after 200 employees or 2,000 employees, but before that size, when companies are really small, when you're talking about small teams and with a big goal, I don't know. I think I don't know if you have heard about the ocean cleaning.
Yeah.
Uh, they are cleaning the world, and they do great. I went on holidays to, I think, Sardinia, and they had a factory of sardines, and they were feeding the entire town. So I'm not against companies.
Yeah.
I'm not against capitalism, but it has to be a different form of capitalism. Even capitalism in tiny doses has always proven to bring people out of poverty. So that experience of being in companies that are small, big, medium, huge exposure in business makes me love small companies. And I cannot say hate, but um, think that they are not the best for us, big companies.
Yeah.
Um,
On paper, they say that they are sustainable, but in
no.
reality,
No.
What is actually their impact?
Yeah, no. Is I think there are very many well-intentioned people within large corporations, definitely, but the systems becomes corrupt with size,
Yeah.
and suddenly people stop seeing people. Uh, they just start lying without noticing that they are lying.
Hmm.
Lying. Yeah, that's really good. Or some people really literally lie, or companies literally lie. And some companies, um, they are in an illusion. And this is the best word that I have found, that they say, we care for the well-being of people. But you have, and you shouldn't be working here more than 8 hours a day. But you see the boss working 12 or 16 hours. I knew a woman that I coached. It was so horrible, an accountant working in GE. Uh, they were in a closing month, closing quarter, and she stood up. She wanted to go to the toilet. Just like that. She lost consciousness, broke her nose, immediately calling the ambulance. And this is a story that really makes me furious, or makes that hurts me. The I'm passionate about women. I'm passionate about children. I'm passionate about families. And a woman who is, I don't know, your age, uh, something between 25 and 35, or 20 and 30, something like that, that falls.
Yeah.
Like, what
Unhealthy.
kind of a state of health do you have? So, so that those are my answers to I don't know why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but this
those
is
are
a
my
good
answers.
answer because I'm in an interview process for internships, and the companies I apply for they say, yeah, we prioritize employees and we care about their well-being, and at the same time they just ghost you. They don't give you an answer because I had an
Yeah,
interview 3 weeks
exactly.
ago, and I've been following up, and I'm just ghosted. Can you just tell me that you
Um,
don't ghost me? You said you care about my well-being. Why do you make me stress? So. It's
yes, yes,
companies are something else.
yes. I call them schizophrenic,
Yeah.
because schizophrenia is basically, it's very close to bipolar.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I'm very sad. I'm very friendly. I ghost you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was one mindset that shifted completely the trajectory of your career and life?
Oh, yeah, I love that question. The mindset that shifted me. Oh, I'm very happy that I'm recording, because this is going to help me. Thank you so much for uh, it, the interview, because I will tell you, I was in a down. The mindset that shifts me,
Shifted your trajectory
shifted
in
my
your career.
trajectory.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember. Is uh, I was in this job that was, I was like a little CEO. I was in charge of profit and loss and contracts and everything. And I had a boyfriend that actually ill-treated me, now I think, emotionally. But he was the last train, because I was 35. He had two daughters, so I thought, this is fantastic. I immediately have a family. I made it. I
Mm.
made it personally and professionally. So I was like, don't rock the boat. I don't want to investigate what is in my soul. This is just perfect. Don't rock the boat. But a friend of mine was, on the contrary, researching or searching what was within. And she came to visit me from Munich, and she invited me to a workshop. uh, your career is your business. And the coach asks us a question. List the things that make you so happy, the things that you love the most. And I just start listing art, paintings, public speaking, interior design, architecture, history, spirituality, astrology, this kind of thing. I was working for the European NASA, you know, like it had nothing to do. I was doing very financial things, very business things. And then she asked the question, what is the percentage of the time that you spend doing these things? And that was crying. That was crying because I spent 2% on that. So that was a moment when I said, I don't want this life. Please God, get me out of here. And it was so fast. I don't know. 2 months. I think in 2 weeks I split with a boyfriend, and then in 4 months I was out of that job. That's incredible.
Yeah, that sounds fast. You also mentioned spirituality. How do you deal with, do you ever encounter people that are skeptical about this and somehow treat you poorly because you believe in spirituality and astrology?
No,
Oh my God. Because,
no. I just come from Mexico, and Mexico they say, oh, they kill you, they rob you, they kidnap you, it was great. I was in buses and taxis, and nothing ever happened to me. And I was thinking a lot about it, about my life and the creation of reality. My Mexicans arrive on time, and my Dutch people hug because they are supposed to be cold, and mine are very warm. So the people who I hang out with, I am shocked because I had that fear that they are very open. I don't know if you're in my newsletter, but I talk about business and emotions and a little bit of astrology. And people tell me is that my moon is here and my sign is there. So I'm not an astrologer. Well, sorry, I studied a course. I haven't graduated, but I also cannot call myself an astrologer. Yeah, I find it way too difficult.
yeah.
But more than ever, I see an openness in consciousness. I talk with PhDs, MBAs, engineers who are into spirituality. It's emerging.
Mhm.
Nobody has ever had the nerve to ask me. Even if they may think, "Oh, Blanca is crazy," they don't do it.
Oh. That's good. That's some good people because I also believe in spirituality and science and astrology. And I mentioned this previously with one friend, and after that, he just started just bullying me for this. I was like, well, I guess I shouldn't tell you anything about this.
Yeah, yeah,
Wrong
yeah.
people.
That's true. Uh, I was very hesitant to share this with anybody. I was very hesitant to share it publicly because this is what I expected. But I'm shocked that it's the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
really shocked. And I am learning every day that it is very true that you create your own reality. Seriously, is incredible. Um, Last night, I tell you a little family story. My son is the best creator of his own reality. 2 months, he's a 14 years old child. 2 months ago, he got an assignment, very complex teamwork, interviewing an expert. He started 2 days before. He did it with video, with expert, with interview, with like the whole thing. He did it. And and I think we need to. This is like my thing right now, that we have to be very stubborn in creating the reality we want to see. Because if you are interested in finance and money, I can see a lot of hope and a lot of benefits and a lot of well-being in the world of finance and money because we need it. We need a new way of doing finance and money. And it could be wholesome and it could be helpful and it could be peaceful and it could be beautiful and at the same time profitable. So don't give up and believe that it's possible and believe that there is. Particularly finance is just changing radically right now. It's with the crypto, with of course Donald Trump, it's just all changing, and everybody now we have the mandate, the cosmic privilege to have our say and say this is how I want it, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter that you are young and that you're starting your career. That's don't put that in your mind as a limitation.
Mhm. But how do you deal with moments when the reality that you want doesn't really take place or everything goes wrong?
Mhm. Well, that doesn't happen. Nothing ever goes wrong. This is something that really I invite you to believe. Nothing ever goes wrong. It goes different from your expectation.
Mhm.
So the thing is, uh, breathe and observe, take distance, and see in which way this is a gift for me.
Mhm.
So I am wanting to write a book that is called Legacy Leaders. And now I'm really confused. You find me today really confused uh, because I was thinking to switch my branding to leadership, not necessarily women in leadership, but leaders who are changing the future. And last night I went for dinner with friends, and my friends told me, "No, don't give up on women. Women need you." And I was like, I was feeling how you're describing this. Oh, it's going wrong. Oh, this shouldn't happen. And then, well, what would you say a client if they told you this? Well, take distance, breathe, journal, see why this is happening for you. And look what happens to me right now. The first call in the morning is with you. And for me, what you bring is hope that a woman so young as you asks these questions is that my work is needed. And
Yeah.
maybe my friends are right that I shouldn't give up.
You shouldn't give up, definitely not. Also, that's a bit unrelated to everything that we were talking to, but I saw that you were talking about this. I was raised in a culture that says that you have to be independent, be masculine in a way, be logical and structural. But how do you embrace your femininity in a world that tells you to be strong and independent?
I'm very radical. I'm very radical. Uh, Now it's to go against the grain. But
Yeah.
Lori, I see women dying of ovarian cancer, of breast cancer. Why? For being right? I mean, for being wealthy? For showing that they are more than a man? Why? Why? Uh, I don't know. I think yeah, I have seen too much death of that kind. And that has led me to to say, I don't want to live that way. I really don't want to live that way. My husband, I am 1 meter 60, and my husband is 1 meter and 93. So,
Wow.
like, uh, and when he hugs me, I feel like I don't know, adored.
Mm.
Why do I want another feeling? Why do I want another feeling? And he's super intelligent. And I tell him, and I respect him, and I honor him. And this creates a relationship that is balanced, masculine and feminine. And I don't feel because of that stupid. I am still intelligent. I still write books and I still do mathematics and I still do my sales. Um, so I guess it's my awareness that living in a feminine way is delicious. Is Yeah, it's delicious. I love that.
But what you define as feminine way?
Being very connected to my body, very connected to my body. Eat when I'm hungry, sleep when I'm tired, drink when I'm thirsty, stop when I'm tired, stop working, not behave like a machine in a linear way. And sometimes, it's days that I need to do nothing.
Mhm.
Now I'm already 55, so I already went through the menopause. But when I had the period, it was very good uh, to sync my activities to my cycle. When you have your bleeding, is you're strategic to sit down to do planning. You're so smart. When you're fertile, you are magnetic. Is the best time for public speaking. So if you go and negotiate, if you go and talk, they will tell you yes. And I experienced it. I was doing that in the European Space Agency, and they said yes. So this feminine way of being is being. One of my clients explained that to me. She works in the Navy in the UK, in the Navy. So how masculine do you want? And she's a director. So how can you be feminine there? She was surrounded by generals and she needed to uh, make them do what she wanted them to do. So what she did is that she sat down strong. Like imagine, I don't know what you want, the Virgin Mary or Cleopatra. Imagine a woman really powerful like that, just sitting down like that. And the men just started explaining themselves, and she just asked questions. She just asked questions. And she told me, Black is just absolutely incredible. They did what I wanted. I did not push. I just asked questions. But it's not about the asking questions, but it's about the coming from of I'm complete and powerful. I do not need to push. I don't need to manipulate you. I don't need to have power because this is the thing that I'm the anti-feminist. That's I guess you notice, no? The uh, the concept of power that I wear a suit, I'm like that, and I shout at you, and you're going to listen to me. Is backfiring. Now you have all the boss babes that everybody hates.
Mhm.
And everybody hates, like everybody hates. They hate themselves, their mother hate them, their coworkers hate them. They don't find a date. So it's not healthy. Yeah. It's was I one of them? Maybe. I don't think I was ever so aggressive. Yeah, maybe I was one of them. Maybe. Uh, yeah, very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, you should find yourself.
Yeah.
I think we're running out of time, so thank you for all your answers. I think it was very insightful.
Uh, do you have another question? I'm fine with a
Oh,
little bit more time.
yeah, I have actually a few more questions. I, how do you use, because you use spirituality, right? So how do you use those teachings in your daily habits, and how do you incorporate them in your decision making?
Oh yeah, I do use them. I look at the uh, I do not let them rule my life. So the first maxima is I create my life.
Mhm.
So I am above whatever happens. But I do consider it like the it's going to rain, so then I take my umbrella.
Mhm.
So I do listen to some of my teachers of astrology and see how the month will be. And then I look for the most auspicious day and I plan something for that day. Um, and then I think of how things are. I don't know if there is a really heavy Mars transit or very heavy Saturn transit. I just make sure that I'm grounded, that I listen, that I'm patient, that I so I let it guide me, uh, not to be surprised, not to be surprised by it. It's just incredible. I see it. There are Mars transits of some sort, then everybody gets aggressive. I
Mhm.
hear it. My children come. I cannot believe it. Everybody at school is fighting. I switch on the telly, and another bomb was thrown, and so then I'm not surprised by the aggression of others, and I just yeah, I don't know. I think there are two things. Astrology is a language that you read how the planets are moving and they are affecting us, but we have the free will to look at it. So on top of that, there must be a doses of your spirituality. So what I go constantly doing is that I pray. When I was in Mexico, I was just praying all the time. May the bus driver have a good day. May his family be fine. May everybody be safe. May everybody be happy. And I just was constantly giving peace. And that has been really powerful. That has been really powerful constantly. That's how I live it. Make sense?
Yeah, that's a good answer. Thank you. And the last one. Sometimes I feel like I need extra validation to feel worthy, you know? How do you build a stronger inner sense of self-worth?
I have, I call it Remember Who You Are file.
Mhm.
Some people call it the brag file. I call it the Remember Who You Are. So if very often I put the photos of the month, like in this case, it was the photos of the trip to Mexico, or when something really important happens, and I put it in my brag file and I explain why that's important.
Okay.
Um, because life is constantly telling you that you are worthy, but we don't listen. So I make sure that I listen and I keep record of it. So in the moment when I'm down, I go back to the file.
Mm.
And in the moment when I'm down, I remember the other maxima that I already said. Life is happening for me. So this thing that I think that is wrong is right, but I don't understand why it's right. So take distance. Life is happening for me. In which way this is happening for me? So I don't know. Yesterday I went for a dinner. The food didn't land good in my tummy. I come back and my son is doing the this. terrible project. So we stay working until 11 to send this thing. My daughter, I don't know when, at 12 or at 1, comes to my bed and says, I saw some flies. I'm really scared. So I had stomach ache. My friends made me doubt on my book. I had a stomach ache. My son needed help. My daughter needs help. I woke up with like, I cannot do anything. Everything is against me. Oh no. And then I met you. And you brought me back to this is your work. So what I'm saying is all life is beautiful. The food that felt bad, the comments of the friends, anything that if you see life as a great adventure, anything that seems out of the plan, you can label it beautiful as well. I remember my father was a civil engineer, and I was born in the 70s, so it was all boxes, the houses. And he was designing a house, and he drew the box, and then he put a little curve. And then I asked him, why do you put the curve? That's a waste of space. That's a waste of material. That's just not efficient. Like 7 years old, no? And then he says, but it's to make it beautiful. So disappointments, stomach aches, stupid school assignments, stupid flies in the night, they're to make life beautiful. And that's how I find my joy. And what keeps me going. Yeah.
Thank you. This was a very beautiful answer. And thank you for this session. Actually,
Yeah, thanks to
I
you.
found a
Thanks to
lot of
you.
motivation and inspiration in this.
I'm very happy about having this conversation, and you bring me back to the why I'm doing the work I'm doing. I needed it. You helped me a lot, actually.
I'm happy to hear. You also helped me a lot. I'm gonna go and do my brag book.
Yeah. Have a great day. Let me know how you go with the internship. You are based in Rotterdam,
Yes.
so if yeah, that's what I want to do. I have an idea of creating some get-togethers live, so
Mhm.
I'll invite you. Uh, yeah, are you still in classes or
Yeah, I have classes sometimes, but they're not too often, so I have some time.
on Tuesdays?
On Tuesdays, I can check. Uh, I have one class on Tuesday. That's it.
27th?
Oh, on the 27th? No, I have nothing on the 27th.
Yeah. Okay. So the penciling the 27th, I will tell you when and where,
Mhm.
but I want to organize get a live get-togethers to talk about these things.
That's great. I'll definitely join.
Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. Good luck
Thank you
with
so much as
everything.
well. Have a nice day as well. Bye bye.
Bye.